It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey, Adam, Shay from Kentucky. I need a new drill. I'm just a regular DIY guy. Need your advice. Walter, Milwaukee. Thanks, man. Let's get on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Well, I'll go Milwaukee, but the Walt's good. Everything works now, but I would go Milwaukee on a drill, but get an impact driver, too. Get a drill and an impact driver.
You talking 12 volt?
No, they're all like 18 or 22 or something. They're all getting big now, but the impact driver's a game changer.
I have extremely soft hands, so I don't use tools, but I'm pro Milwaukee because of Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee makes a lot of good stuff. Milwaukee used to just make sawzalls, and now they make everything. Yeah, get to Milwaukee. All right, sorry. Where were we?
No, we're
it's
getting
probably
into
made
the
in
news.
Korea, but get to Milwaukee.
The Milwaukee. They're made in Korea? No, I didn't know that. USA.
Somebody can look it up, but
yeah.
I guarantee Milwaukee has a factory somewhere outside of the United States. I would assume, but I don't know, Andrew. You could see where Milwaukee, and maybe they make all their components in Korea and they assemble them in Milwaukee, where Laverne and Shirley used to work, or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Go ahead.
Hey, up first in the news, Democrats melt down during Trump's address, and the internet takes notice.
Milwaukee tools are made in China, Germany, Mexico, the United States, and Vietnam. So, yeah, they're big. They're worldwide, and I assume they got places everywhere.
They have small factories in most of those countries and a big factory in the cheapest country.
Yes, that's probably how it works, yeah. Little kiosks in Germany and then a huge one in Vietnam. All right, sorry, what happened?
Well, last night, addressed by President Trump, had no shortage of viral moments, most of them at the expense of Democrats, who once again proved they're not interested in leading, just in political theater.
Yeah, they're angry women mainly, and when you have to understand, women are wired differently than men, and I'm telling, go ahead and show it. But you know what? Just for fun, Andrew, you can find Elise Stefanik, I think, getting into it like Claudine Gay or whatever from Harvard. That's just women. That's just women. And when women get pissed, they get pissed. And when you fucking piss them off, and he pisses them off, and you go, you just want a wide open border and we're going to start a nuclear war with Russia? And they go, fine, I don't give a fuck. Just do it. Do it. See if I care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When anyone has argued with a woman, at some point, you go, listen, we're going to have to sell the house and live on the street. And they go, I don't care. Let's just fucking live where we live. I never asked for this shit. And you go, you want to live out on the street? They go, I don't care anymore. All right, Nick? I don't even care. Sell the fucking house. We'll live in the street. They don't mean it.
Yeah.
You just piss them off.
I'm stubborn, though. We'll go live on the street. Who's going to break first?
I threw a bitch out on Mulholland in the middle of the night. My friend Rudy was driving, and my friend Michelle was yelling the whole time, slow down, slow down, slow down. She's bitching, and Rudy drives a little, with pace. It's the middle of the night on Mulholland. Nothing around. 2 a.m. And she's yelling at Rudy, slow down or let me out of this car. Let me out of this car. And at a certain point, I just go, Rudy, let her out of the fucking car. And we pulled over in the middle of Mulholland in the middle of the night. Said, get the fuck out of the car then. You got your wish. And she just got out of the car, and we just left. And
I feel like for the story, we should have her do something else to spur the kick out. No cell phone?
She earned it.
Nothing. And Rudy's like, shouldn't we turn around and pick her up? I was like, she yelled at you for the last 2 miles, and she said she wanted out of the car. Now she's out of the car. That's what she wanted. And we'll just keep driving. And that's what we did.
Did you ever hear from her again?
Yeah, and she was pissed.
Amber,
she's a friend of mine. This is, I was 19, but she was pissed. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we have Claudine. Well, I'll show you Claudine Gay with Elise Stefanik. This is it's just a chick telling another chick, "Hey, bitch, do what I tell you to do."
Based upon your testimony, you understand that this call for intifada is to commit genocide against the Jewish people in Israel and globally, correct?
I will say again, that type of hateful speech is personally abhorrent to me.
Do you believe that type of hateful speech is contrary to Harvard's code of conduct, or is it allowed at Harvard?
It is at odds with the values of Harvard.
Can you
But
not
our
say here that it is
values
against the
also-
code of conduct at Harvard?
Not going to say what you're saying, bitch.
We embrace a commitment to free expression, even of views that are objectionable, offensive, hateful. It's when that speech crosses into conduct that violates our policies against bullying, harassment,
Does that speech not cross that barrier? Does that speech not call for the genocide of Jews and the elimination of Israel?
She got fired because she wouldn't let this Republican bitch boss her around.
Yeah.
So she's like, fuck you, bitch. Meanwhile, she's being filmed, and then later on, they're like, you didn't condemn genocide, so now we got to let you go.
Yeah.
But at that moment, she was a woman, not the president.
Yeah, I get it.
Not the
Yeah,
president
yeah.
of Harvard.
Okay,
She was
I get
fuck it, we'll live out in the street, okay, Mayhem? Because I don't give a fuck. And you go, what are you going to do? I don't need these clothes. I don't need a car. I don't need anything. Yeah, that's them being pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump trolls them. They get pissed and then fucks them up because he goes, I got a plan. Let's not let biological men compete with women in combat sports. And they go, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I want to close the border. And they go, what do you want to do? I want to close the border. Oh, okay. We ain't doing that. I'd like to cure leukemia. Oh, yeah? I don't think so. And then the problem is most America does think so.
Yeah.
And then they get fucked. And that's what they're doing. So he's trolling them.
Trump's got to
essentially.
sneak one in there. He'd be like, list them. No. Free healthcare for all. No, gotcha.
Right. Because that's basically what they're doing. They just do the opposite. Because they're angry women.
He had the clip. He's like, there's nothing I could do here that would get that side to applause.
Yeah,
No.
that strategy was strange too. They held up like bingo markers. Everybody was clowning on them online. They've officially run out of ideas.
Yeah.
They said. And Representative, I didn't catch this myself. Al Green got him. So yeah, here's the weird pattern.
Also, they have some weird thing, which is like they think they have dominion over people they don't have dominion over, which is they do this thing where it's like, I think it was like Elon Musk was like, I don't know, was trying to build a factory or something, and some bitch in San Diego was like, Elon, get the fuck out of here, you dope. We don't need you. And it's like, do you think Elon cares that you, like AOC calls Elon Musk an idiot. She thinks that has some kind of effect on how Elon Musk thinks of himself. But he's too busy firing rockets to Mars to worry about AOC. And they have this weird thing where they think they're going to upset Trump and they're going to upset Elon Musk or J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance and Elon and Trump look at them as sea hags that are semi-retarded. And then we would have a much better society if they would just go somewhere else and not govern anymore. And it's a weird, I always say it, it's like the Middle East does that. All the nut jobs, when we go, all right, well, we're not going to give the hostages, we're going to have to bomb you. They go, you bomb us, you feel the sting of Allah's sword upon your neck. And we go, really? Because you don't have boots. You have sandals. And your military is shit that Russia was done with in the 50s. So, no, I don't think this is how this is going down.
Does a fiery sword
Is it
mean
a fiery
hellfire?
sword of justice of Allah? I'll tell the guy flying the A-10 Warthog I'll tell him to look out for the sword of Allah.
What are you talking about? The 19-year-old kid with the drone controller with the Xbox just...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sending it down. Hellfire missiles.
We have Al Green getting kicked out.
Oh, great.
That's funny.
Yeah, I want to see that.
He seems like a guy whose hair I don't want to touch.
He seems like my dad.
Oh, really?
He looks like very Neanderthal look, heavy
Yes.
brow. I did not grow up with my father, so last night I was like, Dad, but It's very similar. People, I've often gotten compared to the Geico caveman since middle school, and I was seeing a lot of side-by-sides with him and the Geico caveman, and I am the missing link.
Yeah, the underdeveloped frontal lobe, pronounced cheek and brow areas. Yeah, you could be.
I don't wear sunglasses because I don't need it.
I hate to tell you, your dad is getting primary.
All right, let's see. Was he getting tossed out? Sorry.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Also, he has a cane with a metal handle on it. Like you could El Kabong someone.
Concerted disruption of
that happened on those
the
floors
chair now
before.
directs the sergeant at arms to restore
Good,
order.
sir.
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
It's weird. He carries a cane, but doesn't really walk with it. He kind of holds it. He uses it
As a cudgel.
yeah, like Moses did with his staff. You know what I mean? The part that's funny is they think they can upset the people like Trump and J.D. Vance when they end up amusing the guys like Trump and J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Because they look at them as dullards and idiots.
I would have respected Pops more if they would have had to get physical with them.
Yeah.
Like, they get grabbed, go limp.
Nah,
he walked
shoot
out.
a single leg.
Shot
you know
a
what I mean?
single or
Yeah,
a double, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you respect Pop. He's got his cane, but he doesn't use his cane. All right, anyway, his hair seems very greasy, and it also seems like one of those things where I wouldn't want Al Green to sit on my linen sofa, because I'd be like, if this guy leans back, there's going to be a weird slick on the top of my pillow. Like,
Jerry curl?
it looks like he's wearing, he must use hair relaxer, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
Because he would have kinky, thick
I dated
hair.
a girl with that same hair. It's as slimy as it looks.
Do they have Afro Sheen anymore? Do you guys remember Afro
He wears
Sheen?
a wave cap to bed, yeah.
There wasn't a lot of
100%.
curly hair where I'm from.
Afro, it looks like someone took a skunk's tail and dipped it in mineral oil and taped it to the back of his fucking head. Like, I wouldn't let this guy.
Oh, man.
What if you had a new Ferrari with an Alcantara interior? It had the beautiful suede inserts in the seat. Would you want this fucking greaseball?
What if you had
riding
a candelabra and he walked right
and
by
catch
it?
on fire?
It looks like a bundle of sage. I could cleanse the
Yeah.
Congress.
Ugh.
The ancients made this ponytail.
The elder said, Afro Sheen. Find me an Afro Sheen commercial from the 70s.
Oh, he's already got it.
Oh, okay. There is from the 70s and early 80s, there is a product called Afro Sheen, and I don't know, maybe I'd watched an episode of Soul Train or something, but it came on. And people knew what it was when I was in high school. And I don't think it straightened your hair. It like kind of glossified it or something.
So my pomade.
Your pomade. My dad, Jim Carolla, had a full afro.
Yeah.
He had a full afro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's Afro Sheen from 1978. Let's see what this is.
Sure, he's into Afro Sheen, but I like doing my own thing. And I know Afro Sheen is great for hair that's natural or straight. Before I decide on what I'll do, I always start with Afro Sheen shampoo. I don't worry about my hair looking dry with conditioner and hairdress standing by. And when there's a problem with itching and flakes, the medicated has got what it takes. When I want my look to say, all right, a cornrow is really out of sight. Comb Easy makes it a breeze to comb through and braid with natural ease. And Spray for Sheen adds that extra
Spray
touch
for
for the
Sheen,
glow
yeah.
in my hair. He loves so much. I may change my hairstyles frequently, but change from Afro Sheen, hey, not me.
Afro Sheen.
That was a sexy ass commercial, man.
I was really thinking I was about to hear the word jive turkey.
Yeah, it was coming. It was coming.
Black people respond to rhymes more than white people do.
She was spitting.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Black people are like, well, what are you going to do? That guy rhymed something. He rhymed fit and acquit, so I guess we got to do it. Like, that's why Nipsey Russell was so hot, man. That guy rhymed everything. Black people love rhymes.
And that's how I can prove my 2% Congolese according to my 23andMe, because I'm honestly a sucker for rhymes as well.
You love rhymes, too?
I do.
Well, just in time. All right. Al Green's getting this going.
That's actually my rap album, In the Nick of Rhyme.
Well, that's good.
And my cookbook, In the Nick of Time.
All right, sorry. Where do we have? They're both good. Yeah. What story? Al Green. What else? We got another one?
Yeah. Well, the rest of that, I mean, it was very interesting, too, because during the address, they had a disgraceful moment where President Trump honored a 13-year-old cancer survivor, and all the Dems just sat there.
Well, again, it's what I said. You can bait them into saying or doing anything.
But if you notice, the bait was Donald Trump had the cutest little black boy who had obvious cancer scars up and gave him not only like some, applause, but also made him an FBI agent. That to me was the viral moment, like heartwarming, but also strange because the Democrats didn't want to give props to that, which was like the strangest thing because it's the cutest little black kid on earth from Texas, and you would think that they would be happy somehow, but it just missed the mark.
They're worried he's going to release the Epstein files.
Exactly.
Yeah, the black kid's going to walk into Pam Bondi's office and go, it's
Enough
go
of this.
time.
Enough
it's go
of this.
time. Listen, my time on this planet is limited. I want to know who are on those flights.
But watch the wholesome lovability of this moment.
Okay.
Jay, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Now, Ace, your opinion here. He's 13.
Yeah.
Is that too old to hoist him like this? Especially when he's wearing a police uniform?
Yeah. We can pause it for a second. That's when I knew Mark McGuire was juicing because his son was built like a butt plug. His son was like 3'9", 275, and he hit a home run and he went to home plate and he just lifted him like a feather. Like a feather. I was like, okay. The ball traveling 600 feet, I was like, I don't know. Lifting that tub of goo, I was like, oh, he's juicing hard. So
where is Lil Mac nowadays? I wonder if he made it to the show.
Little Mac, didn't McGuire's son make it to AAA or something? Yeah, he did something. He got, I don't know if he made it to the show. That's a good question. But so anyway, we can play the tape out. It doesn't matter.
You can see him getting drunk with power already.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone is...
And a big hug to the FBI director.
Right.
It's such a weird, wholesome moment.
But the ladies or the Dems didn't want to cheer.
Yeah. Later on, they also... Donald Trump, man, this thing was beautiful. It was hilarious. It was like a comedy jam. It was some kind of strange thing. He also gave the application, stamped the guy's application to military academy. I don't know if we pulled that, but it was a really crazy speech. He really laid out his victories. It was a whole different world.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it. It's the difference between the process people and the nuts and bolts people. Like, you watch it and you go, I watched Joe Biden and Kamala Harris make 1,000 speeches. They never say anything other than we deserve a seat at the table and no child's going to be left behind and we're better together in America, this, and something about that sort of platitude. But I never hear any numbers. Like, I never hear any plans. Yeah. And I realize they're not interested in plans, and their constituency isn't interested in a plan. Like, I had a hippie mom. Her plan was no plan. She didn't want to do stuff, part of it is lethargy, and also they're incompetent. They don't have ability, which is, you have to kind of approach it like, let's really just think about it from a sort of pragmatic and semi-mechanical approach, right? So Palisades, Malibu, Altadena. Okay, so a bunch of structures burned down. Okay, so a bunch of stuff needs to be done because a bunch of structures burned down. Now, I used to build houses, and I've remodeled a million houses, and I've built houses, and I've also rebuilt a ton of cars and done like nut and bolt restorations on cars. So if you say to me, we got to rebuild this car, or we're going to put a master suite on the back of the house or whatever, then my mind just goes right there. I go, okay, here's what we're going to have to do. And I'll see it. I mean, you're going to have to dig a footing. We're going to have to get a pour in here. We're not going to be able to get a truck. We can't get a cement truck into the back of the house. So we're going to have to get a pumper. And that pumper's we have to put the truck on the street, and the pumper will pump it in the back. Or then you look out the back fence and you go, maybe we can use the neighbor's driveway. If we take down 8 foot of fencing, we can have the truck pull in. We'll put the pumper in the back. Okay. If you said that to my mom, she would just go, let's smoke pot and eat and talk about this for a while. But she wouldn't know we're going to dig foundation. We're going to put number 4 rebar in there. We're going to form it up. We're going to put fucking J-bolts in it. We need a pumper. She didn't know anything. She'd never done it. She wouldn't, her inclination wouldn't even be to do it or talk about it. It's foreign to her. And if you said, to me, let's make a souffle, I'd probably go, I don't have a thing for that. I don't really know.
You need a pumper.
I need a pumper. So then you go, okay, Rick Caruso, commercial developer, built the Grove, built everything, right? And then you go, Karen Bass, lifelong fucking paper pusher, Democrat who sits in things and talks about feelings all day. All right, so when you and then there's Trump, commercial builder. So when then Trump comes in and goes, hey, we got to go. She goes, but why should she? She's never done any of it. I mean, let's not blame her. Let's blame the idiots who thought she would do any of this. So then 2 months goes by and nothing's been touched. And if you said to her, are you bothered by this? She'd go, I don't know, because I don't care, because I don't do this, because I haven't done it and I never will.
You're a mannequin. You don't know how to do that.
Mannequin too. If you said to Rick Caruso, does it bother you that nothing? He'd go, I'm going out of my fucking mind. I'm going out of my mind. I'm ready to start hiring my own demo crew to come in here. Like,
make LA the Grove again.
Yes. So they don't do anything. They only have process, and all they want to do is talk about the process. And when somebody shows up who does stuff, they get angry at that person. And they actually resent the person because that person represents their inadequacies. What that person does is that person shows up and goes, oh, you don't know shit and you don't do anything. So get the fuck out of the way and I'll do something. That's right. They get angry, when there's homeless people flopped out all over the front of restaurants. And at some point, the guy who owns the restaurant, after he calls the city for 2 years trying to get the homeless removed, and they do nothing. At some point, the guy puts a planter out front and a Texas privet in it, the type of shrub, and my building background. And what's the city do? The city shows up and tells him he's got to move the planter, otherwise he's going to get into trouble. But he shamed the city because he went into action. Mm-hmm. And if anyone in Malibu shows up and starts clearing their own lot, you will be arrested by the city. And then the city will force all of this on its ire on you. Because you got a group of people that doesn't do anything. I come from a long line of these people. I studied them up close. I lived in the same house. They didn't like it. I literally told... we got Matthew McGuire.
Nice.
He's not in the show, but he works in the business. I guess the business would be the baseball business or the show business. The business. He's in the business. He's got Max McGuire's got another son, first baseman outfield, St. Louis University junior. Mason McGuire. Oh, he's one of these guys who picks a fucking letter.
Alliteration. The sister to rhyme. I'm actually a fan.
Oh, what
alliteration.
Alliteration. Yeah, you know who else does that? Jimmy does that. Jimmy's family's got.
I prefer onomatopoeia.
They got Joan and Jill and John and Jimmy. And
No.
I remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The Bazels that lived down the block from me, they were Joe, Julie, Jordan, Justin, and then Sam. The fifth kid got Sam.
It's the
Jared,
funniest,
not Justin.
The first, like you're going to get called out on that. But no, I like accuracy. That's one of the first conversations I ever had with Jimmy is I just go, I don't know, my buddy Ray came up and I'm like, he comes from one of those jack-off families. His mom, he's got his brother Rich. He's got his Ray. He's got another brother, Rob. And everyone has to do this fucking letter thing. And Jimmy just goes, I'll tell that to my brother, John, and my sister, Jill, and my mom, Joan, and my dad, Jim. He said, I'll tell that to them. He's such a prick. He doesn't say, well, we got that kind of family. He goes, I'll just tell that to, and I'm like, who's he going to tell that to? And then named everybody in his family that started with a J. But that's the way he would do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Joe Lambert is ex-Navy SEAL who's going to join us in a moment, who's waiting on deck over there, speaking of the McGuires. So he's got another son that played at San Juan Capistrano or something. But none of his kids are in the show, right? McGuire, sorry, not Joel. All right, so in summation, there's a bunch of angry chicks, and they don't want to do anything. And Trump and Elon want to do everything, and they want to hurry. And people who don't... You know how people who work at a certain place, it happens a lot, it's a syndrome. They fucking loaf around, and then some point some guy shows up and he's got a lot of ideas and he's getting there early and he's staying late, and that guy resents that guy and starts talking shit about that guy. But all that guy is resentful that somebody's showing up and fucking working and making you look like the lazy sack of shit that you are.
Yeah.
So who do you resent, really? And if you do, go find a fucking mirror to figure out who you resent. You resent a guy who's working and he's making you look bad. But what really does that mean? It means you don't want to work. So don't resent him. Go resent yourself and get a work ethic. And that's what we have in LA. We have a bunch of people that don't do anything, who resent people who want to do stuff, and then they fight them when they want to do it. That's all the Coastal Commission is. Like, hey, successful person, you want to do something? Not on my watch, because that would bring shame upon me. All right, Nick, you said it all.
I do want to say, like, when I started here, it was the beginning of my career. It was almost 10 years ago now, and you gave me a lot of confidence working around here. You said, almost in so many words, you're the only one around here who's not half a fairy. That gave me a ton of confidence.
It started with an F. I think it may have ended with a G, but keep going.
And it was just, this helped me so much, and it was like a bucket list item one day to come on as a guest, and so it's just really awesome that I got to, so thanks for having me.
Sick, man.
Well, you're a success story. One of the few success stories from ACS. So God bless you, combat buddy.
29 fights on Saturday. I'm starting at 8 a.m. with Cage Warriors.
YouTube, and pull up a mattress and enjoy.